Good afternoon, everyone. How we doing? Okay, I know you've had lunch, but this is no time for nana naps. This is the time when we all got to be alert and awake. So first of all, I would like to say thank you to Ms. Kitsia, Mr. Martaza, and all of the members of the IADWP for inviting me along to speak with you in the next couple of days. As introduced, my name is Sharon Champbell. I am originally born in Scotland, Bonnie, Scotland. And I was raised there and then moved to Manchester, England. And now I live in sunny Southern California. I moved there to dry out from all the rain in Scotland. Not from the alcohol, although we do like a drink in Scotland, I'm sure you've probably heard. But I'm here today to talk to you about the client experience and why that is so important today more than any other time in our world. And I just go here. And the client experience is so important today because, I don't know if you know, but for the next decade, the couples who are going to be getting married are those couples that we love who are in the demographic of millennials and Gen Zs. We love our millennials, we love our Gen Zs. But they were born in a world with handheld technology. They don't know a world without a smartphone. And that means that they're not going to wait any longer, 2, 3, 4 days for you as a venue or you as a wedding planner or you as a hotel to respond. How many of you are having staffing issues right now in your venues, in your business, where you just simply, we cannot get the staff? I'm also having the same issue as you guys. But I started my life out as a travel advisor, believe it or not, right here in Bodrum, 1994. I worked for a company called Club 1830. Yeah, you had to be between those ages in order to go on that vacation. Well, I was the rep that looked after you at the Hotel Merv or the Jasmine. I took people to Halicarnas every Friday night on the ferry, taking them up into the disco. And that's how I started my career as a travel advisor. I actually fell into the weddings market when I emigrated to the US. I couldn't believe when I traveled to the Caribbean how many wedding couples I saw at every single hotel, both in Mexico and in the Caribbean islands. And I saw an opportunity there. I no longer wanted to sell sport travel that I'd been selling for the last 5 years. And so I decided right there and then, I got to find out, why is there so many couples getting married overseas? So it's very simple, right? It's a lot easier to get married overseas. It's a lot less expensive to get married overseas these days. And not only does it just last for one day and night, it can last for a whole week. And who doesn't want to have a whole week's party when they're getting married? It's going to be the best week of your life, I can tell you that. All right, so how did I get into the technology side, and how am I here talking to you today about improving that client experience? So the client experience, a lot of people think, is when they arrive at your venue or they arrive at your hotel. It starts way before that, especially with the demographic that are going to be getting married for the next decade. They're already online. They've already stalked you. They've already screenshot everything about you, read your reviews before they even think about contacting you directly. So the client experience is so important that you think about their journey from before they even contact you off the bat. So why is it so important for you to understand the entire journey from before? Because if you're spending marketing dollars to try and encourage those couples to come to your venue, to come to your destination, what is the point of you spending a single dollar or a single penny or a single cent if you're not capable enough and equipped to respond to those leads when they come in? You might as well just throw your money in the bucket and watch it flow through like flowing water. You have to have a system in place that responds to those leads, that responds to those inquiries in the way that they want to be responded to. So that's knowing who your customer is. So our customer today, they want to see efficiency because they were born in a world with a handheld device. They know the answers before they've even asked the questions half the time. So how are you going to respond to those leads, and how are you going to attract those leads in the first place to your venue, to your destination, to your hotel? Well, these days, a lot of people are going out on social media and they're spending all their marketing dollars on social media, right? Hands up who's spending money on social media today. Yep, absolutely. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with spending your money on social media to attract those clients. But if you cannot track those clients and where they're coming from, how do you know that you're getting a good ROI from your social media marketing? Can you? Can you all say that you can track every single one of those leads? Where they came from, how they found you, how much it cost you to attract and convert that client? How many of you are getting leads coming in but you're not converting at 60% or higher? A lot of our clients that we deal with at the Hiltons, the Hyatts, the Marriotts, they're not converting because they don't have the efficiency in place, because they have a lack of staff. They have the same staff who are responding to the sales leads, who are also putting on the event. They're the ones who are laying the tables, doing the decor, doing the design, but they don't have the sales skills and they don't have the tools that they need to be efficient in their business. So that's when I came up with this technology called the Wedding Optimizer. All I wanted to do was sell more weddings. I'm good at sales, I know what I'm doing, but I needed to be more efficient. And so that's when I developed Wedding Optimizer itself. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit here. So your client experience needs to be today fully digital, fully mobile. If your website or your payment access or your forms, whatever it is that you use to track and convert leads, if it's not in a digital format, they're not going to come back to that. They're not going to download a form, print it off. Half of these millennials and Gen Zs don't even have a printer. They have to go to Staples or they have to go to Office Depot to print out these days. I live with two Gen Zs in my house. I know what works for them, and I follow their buying habits and I follow their shopping habits. So you want to make sure that your priority is in the engaging, first of all, and then being able to convert those who are sending a lead into your company. 4 things that you can do today to improve your customer experience. CX, we love an acronym in the travel industry, don't we? We love an acronym. So the CX stands for your customer experience. And 4 things that you can do today is to know who is your ideal client. If you're in the destination wedding market, I can assure you your ideal clients for the next 10 years are millennials and Gen Zs. They're the ones who are going to be getting married. And here's just some facts. I'm not going to go through them all, but basically, this is it. This is who your ideal customer is going to be, regardless of your destination that you are in right now, or whether you're a wedding planner or a venue. These are your clients. This is their habits. This is what they do. This is the generation that actually pays. They pay money to go shopping online with Amazon Prime. Who'd have thunk that? Nobody in the world would think that we were willing to pay for Amazon Prime, but we're paying for that experience, for the convenience of having the items that we want into a shopping cart and at our doorstep within 48 hours. That's the shoppers of today. 28% of this demographic spend up to 20 hours a week consuming online content. However, if you become pushy with that online content, they will block you because they don't like pushy sales. They don't like to be sold to. And they're 10 times more likely to blog about your product or service than any other age group out there. So when you get these people on board as a customer, believe me, if they like you and they trust you and they buy from you, they're going to bring even more buyers to you. Number 2, what do our clients want? They want everything to be digital. Everything has to be mobile friendly, digital friendly. It has to be instant. They're not going to wait 3 days for you to respond to them, whether you have availability on a room block or wedding availability. They want the answers today. They want transparency on pricing. How many of you show your prices on your website? Why not? When was the last time that you went shopping for anything $10,000 or above and you bought it without knowing what the price was? So be transparent with your price and don't worry about your competitors. Who cares what your prices are? If it's the experience that these wedding couples are looking for at your venue, at your business, they will pay it. But why would you want to attract someone that has no idea what your pricing is, whether you're going from a Prius up to a Tesla? My budget is not a Tesla budget. But my pricing might sit somewhere between the Prius and midway. But if you're not showing pricing and being transparent and you're telling everybody they have to contact you to find out pricing, you're attracting more and more leads coming in when they're probably not even your ideal client in the first place. So why not put your pricing out there, be transparent, and then attract more of the right clients? Does that make more sense? I think so. All right, one of the other things that this demographic are looking for is an easy booking and planning process. They don't want it to be manual. They don't want to fill out forms. That's the last thing this demographic wants to do. And if that's your process, you have an intake form that's very lengthy, they're not going to fill it out. Believe me, they're barely even going to take your phone call that's unscheduled, right? If you ever tried to call a millennial or a Gen Z without having an appointment, it goes to voicemail every single time. So what do they not want? They don't want unscheduled phone calls, like I just said. They don't want to be ghosted. That means they're sending an inquiry into you. If you're getting that inquiry from a Gen Z or millennial, that is a hot lead today. They are already doing their homework and their research long before they've contacted you. So if they're contacting you, that means they've narrowed it down to probably a choice of maybe 2 to 4 options. If you're getting that lead, they expect that lead to be responded to, not to be ghosted. They don't like fancy, clever marketing. They want it to be clear, concise, and simple. And the last thing that you're really going to turn off this demographic is to ask them to handwrite or fill out a very lengthy RFP or an intake form. You should have a way to automate with the least amount of questions being asked, because if you ask them too many questions, they become confused, they get a paralysis, and paralysis means they don't take any action. They will do nothing, nothing at all. And where are you going to find these people? Well, like I mentioned before, they are on social media, but remember, social media is just rented real estate for every single one of us. Who had their Instagram and their social media pages paralyzed that one day last year when the whole world, nobody could get on, right? If your entire business is relying solely upon social media, that's rented real estate, and you do not own that at any given time. So what you want to do is you want to be putting all of your big money into something that you own. Your emails, your website, your intake forms, your blogs, your podcasts. Become the go-to person for destination weddings, for your country, for your hotel, for your destination, whatever it is that you do. That's how I grew my company. I became the #1 seller of weddings in the world to the island of Jamaica. I'd done that in a very short space of time. After I conquered Jamaica, I was one person. How am I going to scale and grow that quickly? You can't. It's physically impossible. If you are just a small team, it's physically and inhumanly possible. You can't do it. You have to use technology and be extremely innovative and efficient to be able to scale and grow. And now we sell over 5,000 destination weddings per year. That's not possible for one small team to do. You need the technology that's going to help you to do that. So those are just a few other facts for you of how you can engage with these millennials, with Gen Zs, and making the customer experience all about them. It's less about you, and it's all about them. You want to be going where they go. You want to shop where they shop. You want to be there how they shop, when they want to shop. Did you know it's an actual fact that most destination weddings are shopped between the hours of 10 p.m. and 2 a.m.? That is a fact. That's when couples are going doing their research. How many of you are in your office at that time, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m.? Not me either. I'm definitely not there at that time. So just a couple of other demographics to show you where they're hanging out when they are online, and here's the times that they're doing it. If you can't respond to a lead at 2 a.m., you're losing out on those leads. I promise you that. And here is the most popular channels, again, for destination weddings. So this is how I can help you in my company. There's lots of different technologies out there, but I can tell you, I've searched the world. I'm also an online stalker. My technology, Wedding Optimizer, is the only one that is live or can be live and show live availability if you want to do that. If you want to only attract couples who can see availability on your venue, we're the one that can do that for you. We are powering Norwegian Cruise Lines, Carnival Cruise Lines, Hyatt Ziva Zilara, Palladium Hotels, Hilton Hotels. We are a white label. You would never know my technology is the power behind that because it looks and it feels like you. It's a white label technology. Not only does it show availability, but it also is a 24/7 sales tool. You can put your full wedding program on here. Just like when you go shopping for hotels on an online booking engine, this is exactly the same, but for weddings. Instead of hotel rooms, you're going to see decor, you're going to see wedding packages, you're going to see wedding cakes, you're going to see upgrades, you're going to see photography, you're going to see videography. This is all possible using our technology. Not only that, but your clients have the interface where they can log in 24/7. They can make payments, PCI compliant and legal. They can make payment plans over 12 months, 18 months. Some of them are even booking weddings 2 years in advance these days. This is just a couple of screenshots of how it looks from your side when you have your team working on the Wedding Optimizer from the resort or the venue perspective. We have two interfaces. This is the admin side. Every wedding that's created has a unique ceremony ID, and that's how it's identified. So you don't have to go trawling through a whole year's worth of emails just to find one bouquet that the bride sent you from Instagram, right? Everything is hosted on their account. You can upsell with manicures, pedicures, hair, bridal makeup, airbrush makeup, whatever it is that you offer at your venue. This is exactly what we can do here at Wedding Optimizer. I'm going to be around for the next couple of days, so if you have any questions, if you are looking to scale and grow your business, if you want to do hundreds of weddings rather than tens of weddings, we can help you to do that. No matter what location you are in the world, it's fully compatible in every language and in every currency. This is the reason why this works. This is your 24/7 sales tool. Whenever you and your staff are in bed catching up on some nana naps in the nighttime, brides from around the world, destination weddings from around the world can still find your location and be booking and paying for and upselling onto your venue. So here's some takeaways for you for your own wedding business, regardless of where you are. Imaging is absolutely critical. It's no longer an option for you to be uploading your own selfies and your own images. It has to be professional images. This is what's going to sell your venue. Most of you are going to be in a destination wedding location. You don't have the luxury of inviting couples to come out and do a tour. Most couples are never going to see your venue until the day before or a couple of days before they arrive to get married. So your imaging is critical. Couples cannot buy what they cannot see. There's no point in you having PDF after PDF of products if the couples can't see it, because when you send them a PDF via email and they open it on their smartphone, they're not going to open a PDF with 36 pages on their smartphone. They're not going to do it. So make sure that you have it available right away. You can respond to leads automatically that come in through the Wedding Optimizer. And the last thing that I'm going to say is you have to make it easy for them to buy from you. Don't try to sell to them. Be transparent, offer a great service, have great reviews on there. Don't try to sell to them. If you have a great product and you offer a great experience, these couples will buy from you. You have to attract them in with the right technology at the right time when they are there to buy from you. And I believe that's it. You can't do today's job with yesterday's method and expect to grow your business tomorrow. Guys, there's never been a better time to bring technology into your business than right now. And if you're not doing it, if you don't have an interactive website, if you don't have engagement going on in your socials, now is the time to start. You're already behind. And I hate to state the obvious, but I'm sure you already know that. So if you need some help with that, please come and seek me out. I'd love to talk to you. I'm a data girl. I've got numbers coming up my ears and up the yin yang. I basically look after our hotel partners in the Caribbean and Mexico and worldwide. We know what sells and we know why it sells, and we can help you to do the same thing. So thank you so much, guys. Appreciate you listening, and enjoy the rest of the conference.